Welcome to Sikbaggers YouTube channel. I'm Steve. Today I'm going to be doing a light for you from Zero3D. Now this is a light that's actually been out for a while, and I guess I just kind of slept on it. I've never seen it on the website. I've done a similar video in the past for Zero3D, so I reached out to them and said, hey, when did this light come out? And they said, actually, it's been out for a while. It's just hadn't done any videos on it. Don't think after looking that anybody's done a video on it, and I wasn't quite sure why, and I wanted to get it on camera for you to see it because I really like the way this light looks. Now back here on the left, we got a 2014 street glide. Today we're going to be installing this Solaire LED lighted windshield trim. So very easy install. The hardest thing you have to do is split your fairing to get to the wiring, and that's super easy to do. And just for reference, this part number is 12000. This one lights up all the way around because it has a ghost lens technology, so it's kind of like a kind of hides all of the individual LEDs and lights up like a solid bar. Now, this light has 102 LEDs in it, so pretty impressive. They packed 102 LEDs across this strip. Super bright white running light. It also has integrated turn signals, and those are sequential, so then when they light up, they'll go, you know, from side to side in that sequential line. So that's that ghost lens technology that I was talking about. So some LED light bars, you'll actually be able to see all of the individual LEDs that are in that light bar, right? But with the ghost lens technology, you can kind of think about this like this is a reflective lens. With 102 LEDs in here, you don't see any of the individual LEDs. The LEDs hit that reflective lens and then just glow. Inside one of the hardware packages, you will get zip ties and of course 3 new windshield screws because that windshield trim's a little bit thicker, so it needs new screws. You're going to get 2 turn signal splitters, and then you'll get a front fairing power accessory wire. So I'll show you how to install that in just a second. But like I said, if you want to get your hands on this, all the links to this will be down in the description, plus all the tools that I use today, which won't be a whole lot today. We're just splitting the fairing. So it's definitely something you could do at home with a few simple tools. So let's get the camera over here and let's get started. Now, once again, this is for the 14 and newer. So you've got a couple of screws on the inside of the fairing here, one down here, one up here underneath your mirror. Torx 27, we're going to get those removed on both sides. So we moved to the front of the bike, you got 3 more bolts, and that's the 3 windshield trim bolts that we're going to be working with today. Make sure to get the bike upright if you can. You can do this on a jiffy stand, just makes it easier if it's upright. Get your front fender covered up because we are working directly over the top of the front fender. You don't want to drop anything to scratch that bad boy, right? So these screws right here could be different on your bike. Some of them are Phillips, some of them are Torx, some of them are Hex, depending on what you have on here. Pull these outer 2 first and then pull your center one. Make sure you have a hold of the outer fairing because this is the only thing left holding your fairing on once you pull that screw. We can pull this out and away, pull our windshield out, get that bolt. We're going to take our hand right at the bottom of the headlight and lift up slightly and pull this away from the bike. Get in here, unplug the headlight. Make sure that you unplug any other accessory that you may have in there as well. Next thing we have to do is remove the turn signal. It's going to be a 1/2 inch acorn nut at the top and a 1/2 inch at the bottom. Now once you get those acorn nuts off, you can gently pull this out. Find that connector right there. We're going to disconnect that right there. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. Now from there, we're going to take our splitter and we're going to run this long end up through that hole, out the front. Then we're going to connect the female to the male. Push it in, listen for that click. We're going to push that all the way through till it's inside the fairing and leave that piece out for our turn signal. We can reconnect our turn signal. Push that up into place. So go right in here on the inside of your forks where we just push that wire back through and go ahead and pull your connectors up here underneath the fairing, right? So I went ahead and connected them so the other side's connected and we can remount our turn signals. But I want you to pull that wire up here like this. Inside the box, you're also going to have a harness like this. And you can see down here on the end that this has turn signal splitters on it as well. You'll see on this splitter that it has a male and a female. So right there where that other connector is that we plug back in, go ahead and disconnect it. Female to male, you can't mess this up. Push it in, listen for the click. Push it in, listen for the click. All right, you got that on that side. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. Right there to right here. So now we have these 2 that are going to come up here to the top. We're going to zip tie those up here. Right up here on this left hand side, you'll see this little plug coming out from behind your gauges right here. It may have a little plug in it if you don't already have any thing in there that could be blocked off with a little plug. That is a key on accessory wire. It's only 2 wires, you can see in there, so it's just key on power. Now this already has the Fang headlights from Zero 3D, so that is a splitter on its own. It's going to have the left and the right, and then this one here is for the powered antenna. So if we disconnect that right there, you'll see the different splitter. So if you didn't have this, all you're going to do is take this and plug it in here, right? That's going to give us our power right there. It's going to leave us another splitter off of that. So if you don't have this extra stuff, you can leave it just like that. But we're going to take that extra piece, we're going to plug it back in there. We've got our powered antenna that's going to go into this one. So just to show you what we have with the different splitters, we've got our power on wire coming out of the bike. We've got the splitter for this wire for this new light. We've got it split again into a double. This goes over to our power antenna, and another split off of that single right here for the Fang lights on the headlights. So it's just a matter of daisy chaining these. There's always a male and always a female, so you just keep doing it until everything is plugged in. So I've went ahead and plugged in the light before we button up the fairing, right? So we want to plug all this stuff in, make sure everything works before we button everything back up. So we got it on, we're going to kick the bike on. You can see that the light comes on. We've got a turn signal here for the right, turn signal for the left. Everything works correctly. So we're going to bring our fairing in, we're going to set it on that fender. Go ahead and reach in here, get our headlight plugged back in. We've got our Fang lights that come up, and it's going to plug into that T from a while ago. So that's going to give us power to the Fang light. Now this Fang light is one of the original ones that don't have the turn signals in it, right? So it's just a white light. You can also get that from Zero as well, and I'll put a link down in the description of that if you want it. They do have it where it's just white running light like it is, and they also have them where they are turn signals too. So I'll put a link to both of those. Plug in our light trim. So we're going to make sure we got our wires up and out of the way. We're going to set our fairing in place. Now this will come back over. So we want to get these in place where they're going to go. Tuck in all that extra wire that we don't need. We're going to slide our windshield in the back, push our fairing up into place. And by the way, this light does have felt on the back side, so if you're worried about that sitting there and scratching anything, it won't. Forgot to mention that earlier. So we're going to get our wires tucked up in there as close as we can, and all we're going to do right now is mount that center bolt so we can adjust the wiring on both sides. Remember, that's that long bolt in the middle, so if we just tighten up the middle, that leaves us this outer edge out here to go ahead and tuck this wire. It's tucked in nice. Now that center one will hold everything in place, right? So we're going to come back around here. We got the short screw in the bottom. Long screw at the top underneath your mirror. Same thing on this side. Long screw at the top. We don't have to tighten this all the way up just yet. Just get them started in there. The biggest thing I can tell you about putting in windshield screws is if it turns and it immediately starts to get tight, stop. You've got it cross-threaded, right? So it should turn in just like that, super smooth all the way in. What happens is you end up cross-threading that, and you keep cranking and cranking and cranking, and that brass insert is pressed into a piece of ABS on your inner fairing. What ends up happening is you start spinning that brass grommet inside that plastic, or the plastic just breaks. So just be careful on your windshield screws that you take your time and you get them straight. And if they're not going in straight, make sure to pull the bolt, look down in the hole, and see what's going on. If the fairing may need to be pushed up a little bit more or adjusted a little bit to make that work. We're going to go ahead and tighten up that middle one. Tighten up our 2 outside bolts. Go in here, tighten up our inner fairing bolts. So that's it. Like I said, super easy install, and hopefully that little walk around there showed you what it looks like on the bike. Absolutely easy to do. Everything comes in the kit that you're going to need to get that Solaire LED windshield strip installed on the bike. We've already done a ton of install videos, but for some reason, somehow this one slipped through the cracks on us, and I just wanted to get it on video so you could see what it looks like on a bike. You know, here at Sikbaggers, we highly recommend Zero 3D. If you've ever called me and asked me about LED lighting on a bike, I'm constantly preaching Zero 3D. They have awesome products. We have bikes over here that are our own personal bikes that we've had Zero 3D products on for years, and personally have never had one fail. I've never had one fail that went outside the shop. I've never had one come back for a replacement. So make sure to check out Zero 3D's website. Like I said, a ton of stuff over on there. But hey, I hope this video helped you, and if it did, don't forget to hit that like, hit the subscribe, and tell your friends about us. That's what keeps us coming out here and making these videos for you. I'm gonna get out of here, get myself cleaned up. I hope to see you in the next video, but until then, as always, be safe, keep your knees in the breeze. Hey, thanks for stopping by and checking out our videos today. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button, hit the little subscribe button popping up over here. If you want to check out more of our content, I've got 2 videos right here that'll get you started. Not really going to say anything else, just click one of those videos and take you to another video.